Have you ever felt like you give too much, your time, your energy, even your identity, only to be left behind once you're no longer needed? Like someone who only stays when they benefit from you and disappears the moment their needs are met. Like a bird freed from its cage, never looking back. So here's the real question. How long will you keep letting others dictate your emotions and direction in life? In today's video, we're diving into 10 powerful things you must let go of, not to become cold or distant, but to reclaim your inner strength, rebuild self-respect, and restore control over your own narrative. Grounded in the practical wisdom of modern Stoicism and cognitive psychology, this journey is about becoming calm, resilient, and deeply self-aware in the way you relate to others. If you've ever felt like the one who gives everything and still gets left behind, this video is for you. Let's begin the transformation, starting from within. 1. Don't change yourself to please others. Have you ever tried to change who you are just to be accepted? It's like forcing the wrong puzzle piece into a picture. It never quite fits. And over time, you wonder why you're drained, disconnected. Seneca once said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." The more you try to please everyone, the more you lose your own sense of self. Pause and ask yourself, who am I really living for? When you morph into someone else just to be loved or accepted, you're drifting away from your authentic core, and that's more exhausting than any rejection. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true value comes from self-awareness and self-loyalty. You were never meant to fit into every picture, and that's okay. The only alignment you truly need is with yourself. Let that be enough. 2. Don't let your whole world revolve around one person. Have you ever found yourself orbiting someone else, your thoughts, emotions, and choices revolving entirely around them? That's when you begin to lose your center. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." When you hand over emotional control to someone else, you also give away your peace. Ask yourself, if they walked away tomorrow, what would you have left? You weren't born to play a supporting role. You are the main character in your own story. Instead of spinning endlessly around someone else's gravity, become your own center, with clear thoughts, firm values, and personal purpose. Both Stoicism and modern psychology agree. Love should complement you, not consume you. Reclaim your space, rebuild your inner stillness, and start living as the author of your own life. 3. Don't sacrifice your mental health for others. Are you handing over your only flashlight to someone else just to stumble through the dark on your own? When you sacrifice your mental health to please others, you're not just losing balance, you're draining the very core of yourself. In cognitive psychology, this is known as emotional burnout. When you've given so much to others that there's nothing left for you. Stoic wisdom reminds us, no one can steal your peace unless you hand it over. So why let someone else take control of your mind? Self-care isn't selfish. It's the foundation from which you can truly love and contribute. Ask yourself, when was the last time you did something purely for your own well-being? If you can't remember, maybe today is the perfect day to begin again. Reclaim your peace. Rebuild your center. You deserve to shine your own light. 4. Don't alienate your friends and family because of your lover. Have you ever found yourself pulling away from your friends and family because of a romantic relationship? It's like cutting off the very branches that hold you up. As Plato wisely said, people are like soil. They either help you grow or cause you to wither. True love doesn't ask you to choose between your partner and your loved ones. In fact, it should strengthen your connection to the world, not isolate you from it. Take a moment to reflect. Who stood by you before this relationship? Who held space for you when you were falling apart? Modern Stoicism reminds us not to avoid emotions, but to examine them rationally. Which bonds nourish you? Which ones erode your roots? Don't abandon your support system for temporary affection. Nurture your friendships because they form the bedrock of your resilience, and you'll need that strength always. 5. Don't invest too much time in one person. Take a moment to reflect on your day. How much time did you spend waiting for someone's message or trying to please them while feeling emotionally drained yourself? Seneca once wrote, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Time doesn't renew itself. Every moment you give away is a piece of your life, permanently spent. If you keep pouring your energy into someone who doesn't truly value it, it's like investing all your wealth into a leaky bag." Modern Stoicism doesn't promote selfishness. It encourages wise investment. Put your time into what strengthens your identity, learning new skills, nurturing your inner peace, or connecting with those who genuinely care for you. Ask yourself, if I keep living this way for another year, will I be happier? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to restructure the schedule of your heart. 6. Don't share your entire past, especially the hurt. In a world where connection feels just a tap away, it's easy to fall into the trap of oversharing, especially our deepest wounds. But here's the truth. Not everyone deserves access to those inner chapters of your life. When you lay bare your pain, your fears, or past failures to the wrong person, you risk giving them emotional leverage and losing your sense of control. Modern Stoicism reminds us that selective sharing is a form of self-mastery. Think of it as keeping a layer of emotional armor, not because you're distant, but because you're discerning. If someone truly earns your trust, they'll gradually be welcomed into that sacred space. No rush, no pressure. So the next time you feel the urge to tell someone your full story, pause for a moment and ask yourself, do they really care, or are they just curious? 7. Don't say yes just to please. Have you ever said yes just to avoid disappointing someone, even when your gut was screaming no? Maybe you didn't want to seem difficult or feared being judged, but every time you agree for someone else's comfort while ignoring your own, you trade away a piece of your peace. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." If your mind is wired to believe you must please everyone, you're not really living by your own values. You're living by someone else's script. Saying no isn't rude. It's a powerful act of self-respect. It shows that you understand what truly deserves your time, energy, and attention. Kindness doesn't mean compliance. So next time you're tempted to say yes out of guilt or fear, place your hand over your heart and ask, am I agreeing because I believe in this, or because I'm afraid to say no? 8. Don't let the fear of loneliness control your decisions. Many people stay in relationships not because they're happy, but because they're afraid of being alone. But making decisions from fear, especially the fear of solitude, can lead us far from where we truly belong. Aristotle once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." And how can we truly know ourselves if we never spend time alone? Solitude isn't something to fear. It's a sacred space where we can listen inwardly, heal, and reconnect with our values. Try scheduling a date with yourself. Take a walk, write in a journal, or simply sit in stillness. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you stop choosing people just to fill a void. You choose them because they resonate with your essence, not because you're afraid of the silence. And that right there is the foundation of true inner strength. 9. Don't forget to celebrate small victories. In the hustle of everyday life, we often chase big goals and forget a simple truth. Every small step forward deserves to be celebrated. Have you ever accomplished something tough, then just moved on? No pause, no acknowledgement? Epictetus once said, "Never depend on the admiration of others." That means it's up to you to recognize your own efforts. Whether it's waking up early all week, saying no when you needed to, or staying calm in a tough moment, these wins matter. Celebrating small victories isn't just about a quick burst of happiness. It's fuel for the long journey ahead. These moments of recognition build self-respect, reinforce progress, and help you stay resilient. So go ahead, give yourself some credit. Growth doesn't come from giant leaps, but from hundreds of small, steady steps you chose to take, and every single one is worth noticing. 10. Don't forget yourself in the journey of loving someone. There's a quiet but all too common trap in love: losing yourself. It often starts small, adjusting your schedule, changing your preferences, reshaping your views, just to feel more aligned with someone else. At first, it looks like understanding, but without noticing, you might begin to fade from your own story. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Love isn't about erasing who you are. True love is a partnership where both people grow, not where one stops moving so the other can move forward alone. Keep a sacred space for yourself, a space where your passions, principles, and freedom still live. Don't let misplaced sacrifice hollow you out. When you remember who you are, your love becomes something whole, not something lost in the process. In the end, living by Stoic principles isn't about winning anyone's approval. It's a conscious decision to live in alignment with your true self, not to please others, not to fit into someone else's mold. This journey stands on 4 timeless pillars: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, guiding lights when life feels chaotic. So if today you feel lost or disconnected, remember, you have the power to choose again, not to impress anyone, but to come home to yourself. If this message resonates with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, we're building a mindful community, one that values healing, growth, and living with clarity and purpose. Just as the Stoics intended,